Yung sinabi ni Kong Leviste na of all the government agencies, si VP lang, yung OVP lang, yung walang insertion. Sabi ko, ayun. Sabi ko, okay, that he didn't need to do that, pero tinanong siya ng trick question and he answered it truthfully, honestly. Are you okay? Is this okay with you na tinaasan ulit ng budget ng OVP at the BICAP level to 800 million? Tapos, without even hesitating, sinabi niya, that's not even half the allocable of one congressman. Kasi, not only did he MVP in a way, he threw his colleagues under the bus. Kasi may nilabas.
Ano lamang si ano, no? I mean, I appreciate Kiko Barsaga and Kong Leviste dun sa the way they approach the Martin Romualdez problem, the corruption problem in our government.
May
But I have to say that Leviste is more sophisticated. Yung kay Lian Leviste, he's asking right questions and is challenging his colleague in a more surgical way.
Exactly.
That his colleagues cannot just brush off. Kaya nga hindi siya pinagsalita at all dun sa nagre-request siya ng kanyang privilege speech before i-ratify yung 2026 budget. But they did not allow him. To be fair, let us just emphasize also yung value ng ginawa ni Kiko Barsaga. Awareness. He was able to crack open yung awareness ng public. He was able to to penetrate younger audience.
Yes.
Increase awareness dun sa level of corruption that we have right now. Yung level ng charisma ni Kiko Barsaga brings more audience dito sa ating mga social issues right now. So that's also very important. That's equally important rin naman.
He paved the way. He shattered the ceiling and he paved the way. And I agree with that, Ms. Joy. Tama yan.
Wait lang, bakit extra pretty ka ngayon, Joey? Sabi ni Better Ray. Talaga ba? At mag-thank you lang ako kay Amor Powers para sa aking napakagandang earring. At thank you rin ako kay Kifi Chu. Binigyan ako ni Kifi Chu ng earring. Ang cute-cute. Ayan. Kung magkakaroon ng Inday Sara level of propaganda campaign laban kay Leandro Leviste, patay career niya. Kasi ako, I started as sabi ko parang hindi ako believe, parang feeling ko parang masyado siyang nagpapasikat. And then later on, when this Cabral Files is becoming more and more intense, binalikan ko yung mga sinasabi niya tungkol dun sa bribery issue. And to be fair kay Leandro Leviste, consistent siya.
I think he's proving himself ngayon. He's really proving
himself.
himself.
He's proving himself. He deserves to be to be supported for this cause. Kasi yung iba parang duda pa kay Lian Leviste. It's like the Amy Marcos thing all over again, yung parang people are very, very scared to trust certain politician. You know what, guys? You cannot really si PRRD is one of a kind. I don't think there is going to be a politician na magiging, alam mo yun, yung parang PRRD level na parang yung parang every time na siya magdidesisyon, panatag ka. Inday Sara, of course, is a very good public servant, but is not as good as his father pagdating sa politics. Kasi si Inday, hindi talaga mapolitika si Inday, 'di ba? Straightforward si Inday. That is her politics. Sobrang niyang straight, kaya nga ganito inabot ni Inday. So ngayon, what I'm saying is that pagdating sa mga politiko na non-Duterte, you really have to measure them based on the risk that they are taking. So that is why hindi ako nagalit ng bonggang-bongga kay Amy Marcos. Kasi he's very, very useful politically. He's actually contributing a lot politically. Yeah, exactly. And there are results. Okay?
Yep.
Sabihin natin, hindi perfect. Merong iba dyan na para, okay, ganyan-ganyan. But her output is way, way, way better than other politicians who are supposed to be aligned with us. Yung ibang mga politiko na align sa atin because we consider them as loyal, ganyan-ganyan. But there is really not as much output as Senator Amy. Ngayon, etong si Lian Leviste, sabihin na natin parang, sige, nakakaduda, or baka nakokontrol ng nanay, ganyan-ganyan. Whatever. Sabihin na natin, ambisyoso siya, gusto niya maging senador in the future. O edi, pabilibin mo kami. And now that he's doing this, now that he's approaching the corruption problem head on, that's what Leandro Leviste is doing. He is addressing the DPWH corruption head on. Kung magtagumpay siya dito, then probably he deserves to be in a higher position. Diba? If he is, let's say, 1/4 successful, he was able to create reforms in the DPWH budget process, then that's good. Panalo pa rin tayo dun. Diba? So, as amin, parang, we should change the way we think, no? Doon sa mga politician na parang, tama yung duda, okay lang yung yung certain level of duda is healthy. But let us not dismissive. Especially if the action is giving certain result, pragmatic results. Hindi nyo machi-check ang intention ng mga politiko ever. Walang science na makakapag-determine kung ano ang true intention ng mga politician. We can only see through the result of their actions and judge them based on the results of those actions. That's just politics.
I'd like to add, no, and this might be controversial, and I'm not saying this anti, but in my opinion, I don't know which is for you, Miss Joy. I hope you can share after I explain this one. Pero para sa akin, si Kong Leonardo Leviste was able to prove his bona fides, na hindi naman loyalty, pero like saan siya, where he is aligned, or where does he stand with. In a way na, alam mo, may mga politiko na nag-a-align lang ngayon kasi malapit na eleksyon. In my opinion, one of them is Lito Atienza. It's just my view. Pero si Kong Leonardo Leviste, he stood up for issues wherein he didn't need to. For example, when his mom went after the Dolomite Beach, anong ginawa niya? Dinala niya yung mom niya doon sa Dolomite Beach.
When his mom was attacking the Dolomite Beach, now useless now.
The second time, and I think I saw this, that's when you really got impressed and you praised him for his for speaking out on this. Nung sinabi ni Kong Leviste na of all the government agencies, si VP lang, yung OVP lang, yung walang insertion. Sabi ko, ayun. Sabi ko, okay, that he didn't need to do that, pero tinanong siya ng trick question and he answered it truthfully, honestly, like hindi niya ni-rehearse. I think he just knew that. The third, when he said, when tinanong siya ni sino, Gretchen Ho, I don't know who, on One News na, are you okay? Is this okay with you na tinaasan ulit ng budget ng OVP at the BICAP level to 800 million? Tapos, without even hesitating, sinabi niya, that's not even half the allocable of one congressman. Kasi, not only did he VP in a way, he threw his colleagues under the bus. Sabi ko, oh, now that is someone who is respectable, not only kasi may panindigan, but may talagang, he's really not afraid to be unorthodox, to hindi yung pakikisama that he's being told a lot lately. And here, and this might be controversial, and a lot of people share the same view, we all appreciate ang ginawa ni Congressman Kiko Barzaga in being the first congressman to speak out against Martin Romualdez. And tinuloy, and he paid the price for it. And Kong Leviste also stood up for it. So that's another sign to me that at that point na, okay, maybe this guy is really good. For me, what Kong Kiko did, because we need all kinds of levels of support, all kinds of speaking up, different levels of speaking up. Pero itong ginawa ni Kong Leviste, to my opinion, is more productive yung pagtatalak sa social media. Yun yung view ko. Kasi may nilabas.
Actually, lamang si no? I mean, I appreciate Kiko Barzaga and Kong Leviste dun sa the way they approach the Martin Romualdez problem, the corruption problem in our government. But I have to say that Leviste is more sophisticated. I would say that Leviste is more sophisticated dun sa approach niya.
We like them both. It's not to say na, oh, you are better than the other. Everyone has we all have our different roles. Pero for me, yung ginawa ni Lino Leviste is, it goes beyond social media posts. And being outrageous, and this is my person, and he's a friend, but ito yung talagang tingin ko is, si Kong Leviste has made more public statements and interviews. Kasi there's a question for many people during the early days na anti-BBM siya. Alam na natin yun, anti-Martin Romualdez si Kong Kiko. Pero we don't know that if he's aligned with Duterte. Like, he's not BBM. There are some people who are even saying, and I don't agree with them, there are some people who are saying na, oh, he's just in it for himself, ganyan-ganyan. Actually, in my opinion, and to no disrespect whatsoever, at that point, yung tingin ko, personal view ko is, baka si Kong Kiko ang may ambition para tumakbo ng higher position because he was not identifying himself with the Duterte and Duterte issues publicly. Hindi katulad ni Kong Leviste, defending the Dolomite Beach and dragging your senator mom to parang like nililinis mo yung kalat, no pun intended, nilinis mo yung kalat at that time. And to say na, si VP walang insertions. And that's not even half of one congressman. And I agree with you, mas sophisticated yung ginawa ni Kong Leviste. But it's not just about the sophistication, it's also about the kinds of output that he was giving out on interviews.
Yes. And then it's the challenge is really more kasi kumbaga if I may, I criticize Kiko Barsaga in some of his legislative measure he created na parang I just really think that the Congress is not going to take him seriously about it. Yung meron siyang yung impeachment complaint niya kay BBM, yung removal ng VAT, yung mga ganon. Yung parang right off the bat, I know that his colleagues are not going to take him seriously. But yung kay Lian Leviste, he's asking right questions and is challenging his colleague in a more surgical way.
Exactly.
That his colleagues cannot just brush off. Kaya hindi siya pinagsalita at all dun sa nagre-request siya ng kanyang privilege speech before i-ratify yung 2026 budget. But they did not allow him. Yung mga actions ni Leviste really put his colleagues in a very, very compromising position. Yung parang, tangina nyo, wag di kayo sumagot. Ano kayo ngayon dito, di ba? Yung mga ganong etchos balungo. So, I think and I hope na yung ginagawa ni Leviste mas magkakaroon ng result more than beyond social media, beyond the clout, beyond the mas malaki yung probability na there is going to be yung fruition dun sa ginagawa ni Leviste. But of course, like I said, this is not to demean or to we appreciate what Kiko Barsaga is doing. We appreciate what Kiko Barsaga is doing. It's just that if we are going to compare the two, si Leviste, mas surgical siya dun sa approach niya. May nag-comment kasi dito na parang ganun si Leviste kasi meron siyang corporate experience and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That honed him. Kasi as a CEO, you have to really, you have to be very, very decisive. And you have to be sure with your decision because the entire company depends on you. So it's like being a mayor, kaso nga lang, ikaw, ang constituency mo yung corporation.
So, and again, like I agree with you, this is not to demean the sacrifices and the courage of Kong Kiko, but it is to say...
Because merong value yun To be fair, let us just emphasize also yung value ng ginawa ni Kiko Barsaga. Awareness. He was able to crack open yung awareness ng public. He was able to to penetrate younger audience.
Yes.
Increase awareness do sa level of corruption that we have right now. Yung level ng charisma ni Kiko Barsaga brings more audience dito sa ating mga social issues right now. So that's also very important. That's equally important rin naman.
He paved the way. He shattered the ceiling and he paved the way. And I agree with that, Ms. Jo. Tama yan. Part of the reason why he was able to be discredited in the eyes of, by his colleagues in Congress, si Kong Kiko, is because they were inuungkat na yung past niya, which I think is really unfair. Yung mga picture, may mga nag-reflect siya ng pera. So, they were able to create a PR image of him as Nepo baby, also a Nepo baby, or, like a college dropout or whatever. They were trying to attack his credibility instead of what you're saying, Ms. Joey, is the substance which they should be questioning. Itong political scientists na to, they should be questioning.
Support natin yung support natin yung ginagawa ni Leviste. In the same manner na, katulad nung kay Toby Chanco last time. Yung kay Toby Chanco, supportive ako doon sa mga exposés niya. Kasi super supportive talaga ako sa mga exposés niya. Why? Kasi merong value doon sa truth-seeking natin 'Di ba? Kasi yung mga ginagawa alam natin that Toby Chanco is BBM guy.
Yes.
And alam natin that whatever he is doing is trying to put a cushion between the national budget issue and BBM. Na parang kunwari wala siyang alam or ano, yung mga ganun ba na parang it's the fault of the legislature, ganyan. Of course, Toby Chanco was not really that successful, pero if you're going to watch all the interviews of Toby Chanco, kitang-kita mo talaga that he's actually trying to shelter Bongbong Marcos dun sa impact ng skandalo ng 2025 national budget. Nevertheless, Toby Chanco told us a lot of information, and he also tried to pressure the Appropriations Committee doon sa mga documentation and transparency issues that we are also very, very concerned. 'Di ba? Like yung minutes nung small committee, yung mga ganyan, yung mga, 'di ba? In which nalaman natin na putang ina, di pala kayo nagkikip ng records niya na. So kahit papaano may ambag siya doon sa truth seeking natin.
Yeah,
Of course, sabi ko, pagdating sa usapang BBM, I'm so sorry sir, alam ko BBM guy ka. So hindi na kita pagkakatiwalaan din sa mga parting yon.